The intensity level and the chippiness continues to ratchet up. And they're still talking to each other.
Attention, GOATs. If you have a Lakers fan in your life, please check on them today. Day 6 of the NBA playoffs was peak entertainment. We saw an arena getting stormed by Knicks fans, the first 50 piece of the postseason, a team learning how to shoot in real time, and so much more. I know you guys have busy lives, so let's cut to the chase. Chapter 1, Stormtroopers in Los Angeles. After that insane game winner from Blue Arrow in Game 2, the Lakers could have come into Game 3 dejected, but they actually came into the game with eyes that believed they could bounce back on their home turf. Things were looking different right from the tip-off, with LA launching into a blistering 8-0 run.
By James, taken by Davis. Here comes Brewing. Here's Russell. Start, stop. AD, yes sir!
LeBron looked like he was at a track meet, flipping the switch from defense to offense.
Murray, knock around. 3-on-0. It's James. Big start for LA. Timeout.
Well, the defense. Talk about being locked in and active.
The Nuggets, on the other hand, came out of the gate, fumbling the ball uncharacteristically. But despite the chaos, they still had the best player in the world on their side. The Lakers threw double teams at the Joker, but he just shrugged them off, handing out assists like a generous barista during rush hour.
Touch pass, the repost. 2 minutes to play here in the quarter. KCP got it.
However, AD was on a personal vendetta, probably still miffed about being the poster background for Jamal Murray's game-winning shot celebration.
Davis takes it, the youngster flushes it down.
By the end of the first quarter, AD had collected 12 points, helping the Lakers strut into the second quarter with a cozy 10-point cushion. But as history teaches us, the Lakers and a lead have a relationship more complicated than celebrity marriages. Come the second quarter, the Nuggets determined that AD was public enemy number 1 and started sending doubles his way.
Russell, repost, double. Now single coverage. Davis over Watson, short.
But while Gordon was threading needles in transition,
Ball movement leads to Jokic, who puts it down, and Denver cuts it to 4.
offensive rebounds were turning out to be a real headache for the Lakers, with Mr. Nugget yanking down offensive rebound after offensive rebound in the first half.
Jokic attacks on Reeves, floater no, tip in goes! Gordon has been everywhere on the offensive glass.
Both teams were shooting threes like stormtroopers out there, with no three-pointer hitting the mark in the entire second quarter. But despite shooting blanks for 12 straight minutes, the Nuggets managed to shave the Lakers' 10-point lead down to just 4 heading into halftime. However, the third quarter was when the Nuggets finally kicked it into high gear. With a blazing 9-2 run, they snatched the lead from the Lakers like they were taking candy from a baby.
Nuggets could get their first lead of the night right here. Porter for 3, and that's where he hit one the other night. Now LeBron James, guarded by KCP.
And KCP ripped it. Jokic has it, bounce past Murray. Murray gonna ride it home. No, give it to Gordon, who knows what to do with it.
Rolling into the fourth quarter, the Nuggets were practically ignoring the Lakers' three-point attempts, focusing instead on clogging the paint.
And look at it, he's trying to go isolation right there. You got 3-4 bodies in his way, forcing him into a tough fadeaway because the Lakers' perimeter shooting has not been good.
And while Michael Porter Jr. was lighting it up,
Porter, step back Jay. That's impressive.
Impressive is the truth right there. Difficult shot. Michael Porter Jr. gets hot.
D'Lo was having the kind of night where you wish you could just hit reset. He was out there for 24 minutes and scored as many points as you watching from home. 0 of 7 from the field, each one a dagger in the hearts of Lakers fans.
Got a fresh do himself. Russell misses on a 3-ball. He can't buy one. Kicks it. Ball movement. Russell, he needs it. He missed it.
Despite a valiant defensive effort, the Lakers' shooting was off and their free throws were a mess. The Nuggets owned the Lakers in Game 3, taking a commanding 3-0 lead in the series. They are now 1 win away from drinking the tears of Lakers fans for the second year in a row, and Chuck is enjoying every minute of it, bringing out the preemptive broom already. My fellow GOATs, as the playoffs zip into action, action. It's time to clutch the basketball buzz right in the palm of your hands. Thanks to my partners at DraftKings Sportsbook, we're dribbling straight into the madness. Right now, all new customers who bet just $5 on anything will get $200 in bonus bets instantly. So what are you waiting for? Download the DraftKings app now and sign up using my promo code GOAT. Claim your throne and your scepter because the crown is yours. If sports betting is not yet available in your state, don't worry. You can dive into the whirlpool of fun with DraftKings Daily Fantasy and have a shot to win cash prizes. Download the DraftKings Sportsbook app now and use the promo code GOAT. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit gamblinghelplinema.org. Massachusetts. Call 877-8-HOPE-NY. Text HOPE-NY 467-369. Please gamble responsibly. Only at DraftKings Sportsbook. Chapter 2. The first 50 piece of the postseason. Down 2 in the series, the Sixers were more desperate than a teenager on prom night. Embiid, channeling his inner fortune teller, had guaranteed a win.
We're good. We're going to win this series. We're going to win this.
Knicks fans heard what Embiid said and showed up in Philly like they were storming Area 51.
I don't give a damn. We're the Philadelphia 76ers. You can't have them people in your building making all that noise.
Sounds like a home game for New York.
It does. Yeah. It really sounds like a home game for the Knicks. I am so disappointed.
From the opening whistle, it was clear that the Sixers wanted to throw the first punch, and boy did they do exactly that. Kyle Lowry started the festivities by gifting DiVincenzo a flagrant foul that was less welcome to Philly and more remember me in your nightmares.
DiVincenzo a little concerned here. I think he got caught in the eye a little bit.
It's okay, but he's
like he got
trying to shake the cobwebs.
After review, there is wind up and contact to the head of an airborne player. Therefore, this foul has been upgraded to a flagrant foul, penalty 1.
Then it was Embiid hitting Hartenstein in the midsection.
Boy, Hartenstein took some contact right to the midsection, right to the groin area. Wow. He's in a world of pain.
After review, it's been determined that the illegal knee contact to Hartenstein by Embiid is an offensive foul.
The physicality reached its climax with Embiid going full dirty to grab Robinson in midair.
That should be a flagrant 1. I mean, that's what we talk about in terms of losing control. He didn't like the fact that he doesn't get the call, but then he just grabs.
Wow. Boy, the intensity level and the chippiness continues to ratchet up. And they're still talking to each other.
Got to get him under control here. You can ill afford for him to allow this thing to escalate.
Meanwhile, Jalen Brunson, who had been quieter than a librarian in the first 2 games, suddenly turned up aggressive in this one.
In the paint.
Boy, Brunson taking on the entire defense. Good start for Brunson. He's got 9.
And while the Knicks were finding success from deep, the Sixers couldn't throw a rock in the ocean from the beach, starting with a tragic 18% from downtown. But thanks to Oubre's contributions, the Sixers survived the first quarter, coming out of it just down 2. The physicality from the initial frame led to foul trouble in the second. Isaiah Hartenstein picked up his 3rd personal immediately.
That Hartenstein, that's number 3. That's a concern because Mitchell Robinson, you saw, was ailing a little bit.
And so did Embiid shortly thereafter.
Embiid, boy, initiating the contact, and they say offensive foul. And it will be the 3rd on Embiid, and that's a massive call.
And now it was decision time for Coach Nick Nurse. Bench Embiid or play high-stakes poker with your star player. Nick chose to gamble, and it paid off. Embiid was a monster, scoring 11 of 13 points for Philly at one point. Cam Payne hopped off the bench and made a dramatic entrance, adding his own 8-point surge to the Sixers' efforts.
Even Clay in Game 2. Here he is again, and he buries it.
However, despite the firepower from Philly, the Knicks' balanced attack helped them maintain their lead. The 3rd quarter belonged to the Sixers. The Knicks' 3-point shooting had dried up at this point. Turnovers and fouls from Brunson and OG stymied their momentum. And to add insult to injury, the Sixers began blistering them with a season-high 9 3-pointers in that quarter. Embiid was the most lethal shooter on the court, going a perfect 4 for 4 from downtown.
Here's Embiid. He buries another triple.
Maxey was a blur, picking the Sixers apart with precision.
Maxey heating up with that triple.
By the end of the third, the Sixers had gone from being down 3 to being up 13. So it was only natural when we found Jalen Brunson throwing up prayers to try to bring his team back in the fourth. For half a second, it almost seemed as though the basketball gods were finally checking their voicemail. OG was able to hit a couple of big threes to cut the lead. But unfortunately for New York, Embiid's dominance continued. The process eclipsed his previous career high when he reached the 42-point mark.
Game that's badly needed that bucket. Lowry operating. This is Embiid. Crowded. Fires. And he buries it.
And that new career high would eventually balloon to the first 50-piece of the postseason. In the end, the Sixers were able to lean on their defense to carry them over the finish line.
1 of 2. Final 60 seconds. Brunson dropping a dime. Hartenstein swallowed up. Boy, he looked wide open for the dunk. What a close.
You know, we're good. We're going to win this series. You know, we're going to win this. But we're the better team, and we're going to keep fighting.
Chapter 3, The Young and the Restless. For the Cavs, heading into Game 3 with a 2-0 lead in the series, it was all about maintaining their focus and taking care of business.
The last 2 games mean absolutely nothing. Being up 2-0 has nothing to do with our approach or our mindset going into this game. It's one game on the road that we got to go and take care of business, and that's what our focus is.
But for Orlando, their priority was protecting their home court.
We'll take care of home. I think that's what Cleveland did. They took care of their home court, and that's what we have to do coming out tonight.
Shortly after the game had commenced, the Magic found themselves in a yawn-inducing 6-point deficit. But Wagner and Banchero decided to give the paying fans a better bang for their buck.
Going one-on-one against the good defender.
A little change of pace right there, David, by Franz. Paolo in the post. Maxey turns, now leans. No foul. Paolo still put it in.
Coach Bickerstaff was not pleased with the effort on the interior.
Hey, we talked about that. We got to raise our level of intensity.
So he challenged Jarrett Allen and Evan Mobley to start guarding that paint like it was the last golden ticket to Willy Wonka's chocolate factory.
And he meets Wagner again at the rim and blocks this shot.
Orlando needed a new plan, so they went treasure hunting from downtown and struck 3-point gold.
Wagner maneuvers into the lane, double team. Banchero trailing for 3. That's got to feel good to see that ball.
The Cavs, on the other hand, were about as successful from 3-point land as a penguin trying to fly, hitting an abysmal 1 of 12. Then, as if hitting the nitro button in a street race, the Magic blasted off with a 13-0 run, gaining a 10-point lead by the end of a spellbinding quarter.
Jalen Suggs, a tough shot.
As the second quarter rolled in, Banchero kept his foot glued to the gas pedal, driving the Magic's lead to 21 points.
Works on Mitchell, the double move. Fades, fires, and hits.
And his running mate was slamming it on us as if that injury we saw in Game 2 was just a dream.
Finds Suggs, driving from the top with a sledgehammer. Wow. Oh!
Donovan Mitchell put up a valiant effort to try and stop the bleeding, but the Magic bench were feeling good after a good night's sleep in their own beds, and it showed in their 14-point production in the second. By halftime, the scoreboard was smiling 61-45 in favor of the Magic, but the Cavs came back into the third with grim determination on their faces, only to immediately get slapped in the face again with another 12-0 run, led by none other than the indestructible Jalen Suggs.
Suggs the other way, chops his steps into the air. Oh! Windmills it down. Squeezing the orange in Orlando.
Banchero would also add his own deposit to the onslaught, inflating Orlando's lead to a mountainous 32 points. By the fourth quarter, it was clear the game had turned into a full blowout, with the Magic leading by a staggering 35 points. The Magic's victory was so comprehensive, it was as if they were using this game to exorcise all the demons from the previous 2 games. They demolished the Cavs by 38 points, marking the most epic playoff loss in Cleveland's history. And with that, the series now stands at 2-1. But Orlando needs to keep their foot firmly on the gas for Game 4 if they want to turn this spark into a bonfire. If you end up enjoying this video, please subscribe. It's free and you can always change your mind. Anyways, wherever you are in the world, be the GOAT of that moment. Stay GOATed.